buddies at school, he was originally from Africa, and I remember when I told him that I was black, he was just...
Voice crack.
One of my buddies at school, he was originally from Africa, and I remember when I told him that I was black, he was just like, "Oh, my brother!"
How's it going? I'm Carlos. I'm half Mexican, half Nicaraguan.
My name is Melinda. I'm Native American and Mexican.
My name's David Matthews. I am white and black.
Today, during the video, what did people guess about you?
That I was white, 100%. Everybody said that I was white.
I want to say that you might be white.
Let me say he's white.
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 Do you pass as white?
All the time.
Hell yeah.
Nobody second guesses that I'm white in any situation, pretty much. For the most part.
His dad has to be white. I feel like his dad is white.
It doesn't come up at all because I look so white.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Because I
It
look
tends
so
to be
white.
a little ambiguous, especially with people of color. Most of the time, they won't accept that I'm Latino, or people are shocked when they hear me speak Spanish.
You speak Spanish?
I do, fluent.
Motherfucker, say
Yeah.
some stuff.
Why? ¿Por qué? Porque tengo que hablar español.
He speaks Spanish.
Even between
She
Latino
was surprised.
friends,
I
you're
wasn't.
always labeled as güero, which means like the white one.
People think I'm mixed, but that's a different complexity, and that's usually coming from like the black communities identifying me as mixed. But like white people always knew I was different, and like brown and black people always like accepted me more quickly.
So I'm part white. Yeah, my mom's white, but my dad's from Hawaii, so I'm Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, Asian.
Sneaky.
Yeah. I guess over the course of this, I've been saying like white, Asian, Pacific Islander, Hawaiian, and those are the boxes are normally checked in the census, but I think there's always a feeling of all of the above and none of the above.
Coming to the U.S., in the beginning, I would just automatically pick
This nigga look like Sid from Ice Age.
other because
That's
everything else
pretty, though.
didn't seem to apply until one day there was one that had between parentheses it elaborated what white was, and it said that white was a person of European, Middle Eastern, or North African descent. So I was like, oh wait, guess I'm white. So I Googled it, and it turns out that legally in the U.S. I'm considered white, even though I don't get identified as white.
I don't identify as white, although I am part German,
Take that from them.
Irish, Swedish, and French.
Do you like Tom Hanks?
I like him in Forrest Gump. My favorite actor is Jim Carrey, though.
Jim Carrey.
Talk again for me. Just say, hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you doing? White people feel comfortable talking to me. They assume that we have common interests. They look more at our similarities than our differences.
I've definitely had
She says that kind of in a regretful tone, like she don't like white people. You good, sis? You good? Damn, if they like you, they like you. They like this pumpkin spice latte. Damn.
girls date me just because they like anime or they're into that sort of culture, and they want to.
Oh wow! So they're fetishizing you. That's sad. That's sad. That's sick as fuck. That's like white women who like black men, but just for light skinned kids. Fetishism. That's not sexy.
break off a little piece of that's in a
Free pussy, though.
palatable, easily consumable, half-white deconstruction of what that is.
I never really even thought about anything but being white.
This
until
nigga is
people
so
started
weird to
mistaking me for other things.
He's like Aladdin.
What's Aladdin?
He flies on carpets and he hangs out with.
What is that ethnicity?
He's brown. Aladdin is brown.
I'll go with non-white.
I don't think person is white, so you're not white. Okay. If you're white, I'm gonna be mad.
That was super surprising to me. Growing up in New Mexico, everyone thought I was white. So that's kind of interesting for me to look at my own history and think about what it, where I really come from. But I experienced the world as a white person.
Did anything shock you today or surprise you?
Yeah, I think everyone guessed that I was not white or a person of color. So that was really interesting because I've never really considered myself, either of those things. But I guess.
What do you consider yourself now?
Being somebody who doesn't pass for white.
That nigga look like her.
People are constantly making assumptions about me. I'm also
You look like a surfer.
a queer person in the world, so to be queer and brown and identified as femme or a woman, it doesn't really feel good because I just feel like I'm just the other, literally the other category.
What's your ethnicity?
I identify as
Oh my
white, but my mom is
gosh.
Native American. So I'm half white, half Native American.
What tribe?
Monacan Indian from Virginia.
I mean, do people ever ask you what your ethnicity is?
No. Everybody's like, where in Europe are you from? Like, what Scandinavian country? I just click the little Native American box on a census or like school forms, but I just never did it.
Yeah, why? When you're
I don't know. I guess because blonde hair, blue eyes. Like, I think people said that today. Like, you just look white.
But girl, how much Native are you? Like, are you like half and half?
Yeah,
Don't check that box. Check the other box.
Yeah.
You're beautiful. Like, there's something more to you. Don't water yourself down for society, sweetie.
I thought the whole exchange with Rin, like she was
about
kind of
to
getting
punch
on you
her.
about it.
I'm about to hit you, but let me control myself. I'm like, goddamn.
That made me feel like she's probably right. And, yeah. I don't know. I think that's like something I need to explore personally. Like, question myself, like, why don't I? Because I think it's something to be proud of, and I've always been proud of it. It's just like not something I really share.
Do you feel any kind of privilege with passing as white?
Oh, I'm for sure.
She
You know,
like
I don't
that
face
privilege.
any of the struggles that my dad did. Like, as growing up as a black person, like people would follow him in stores. People would lock their doors as he walks by. I just have
That's what I do
none
to
of
white
that
people.
whatsoever.
Do you feel?
Is that racist if I do that to white people? It's not racist. I'm black. It's not
privilege?
racist. Bruh, they be like, they be getting too close to the whip. Like, what type of shit y'all on, nigga?
Yeah. I know there's some Jewish people that don't
take
identify
my
as
shit.
white, which kind of puzzles me because I feel like Jews experience.
When they profile me as Mexican, it's annoying when they ask if I'm legal. They ask me to translate things for them.
People will make jokes. They'll like make a stereotype about black people or say something like that, and then I'll be like, hey, I'm actually half black. And then sometimes they'll be like, oh shit, like I'm sorry, no, oh okay, I had no idea.
Fade 'em, bro.
They're like, oh well, but you're not actually black. Like you would be offended, and it's like no.
My demeanor
I'm
is
very
different
offended.
with, like,
Bro, you need to fade them for us, bro. Stick up for your roots, man. If your daddy was there. Oh, wait, no. I think your dad's white. If your mama was there, bro, she'd be disappointed in you, son.
people of color versus like white people, and like with like the one
Press
white
the ass,
woman,
man.
like me
So what'd you
telling
say,
her that
nigga?
my eyebrows were like fuck you, like I could tell I like scared her.
Oh, okay, yeah, you have part of your eyebrow is shaved.
Mm-hmm.
Is that I don't know,
I did it
decoration?
myself.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, it's my way of telling people not to fuck with me.
Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, people really read it that way, and it's great.
Nice. Don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh, like I'm like the least like scary person, but like that's why I need this. And it was just interesting because I was like, oh, you know, like is that a microaggression? Like is that racism because you're afraid of like this perception of me and like why I am flagging? And as a white person, I think like her being like, oh, I don't want to fuck with you. Like that's exactly why I do it. So white people like her don't fuck with me, you know?
Do you think surprised you today?
That's pretty much what I've gone on the basis of like, okay, I don't know what you really are. You're not really white, but you are white.
I thought today was very thought-provoking just because I've dealt with it my whole life. I thought, you know, I was pretty good about not putting people in a box and making those assumptions and looking more for similarities. But today I think my eyes were opened even wider.
I don't even be
that I
paying
still
attention to
do it.
motherfuckers'
What do you
race.
think of
today?
Unless you white.
Just that,
That's
like,
it.
you can't really tell who someone is based on their superficial characteristics, and it's not really fair to just label people without actually talking to them at all.
I think I learned more about myself and like just the ways that I obviously engage and don't.
I guess whiteness,
Oh
like
my
what is
God,
whiteness,
Sid.
is just like ever changing the definition of it in the U.S.
Let your lips connect, bro. Damn. Alright, man. If you niggas enjoyed that video, make sure you like and subscribe. Everything's in the description below. Follow my Instagram. Follow my Twitch. Sub. All that. Thank you. Nah, I'm done.